Yo, sup? How's everybody's day going? Pretty good day if you're a bull today. All the indices are firing back hard after a brutal sell-off yesterday about the capital gains taxes. They wiped that off with a smirk and everything's roaring today. But this video is not about today. It's about next week because we have massive earnings next week. We have Amazon, Apple, Tesla, AMD, and much more. We're just going to be covering these four right now because these are the big four, in my opinion. They're going to be reporting next week, and I wanted to talk about each and every one of them, starting off with Amazon. Amazon's actually reporting last out of all of these, but I just think we have to talk about Amazon because you guys know me. I got a pretty big position in Amazon if we go ahead and look at this. Just a ton of positions, 13 of these, 5 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these. We got a lot on the line of Amazon. Get another $11,000 out of Amazon. Why not? Which we probably will. But let's go ahead and talk about what this earnings entails. Obviously, last quarter, they had a massive blowout, doing over $125 billion in revenue. Just incredible. But I think they do really good this earnings. They're predicting a little bit over $102 billion this quarter, which I think they should be able to hit. E-commerce won't be as big as last quarter, obviously, but I think AWS is going to be. We're going to see a little bit of acceleration in that. Also, their ad revenue. A lot of people don't talk about the ads, but the ads are a real profit driver in earnings for Amazon. That's a big majority of where their profits are coming from is AWS and their ad revenue. So I feel like that's going to accelerate, and you're going to see a high diluted earnings per share because of that. So really watch out for that. But you know me, I'm very bullish on Amazon. I own a lot of it. I really like this company. I'm playing a little more on the safe side just because I'm betting so much on it. So I'm just betting that it's going to stay above, basically 3,100 by next year, which I think is very doable. Some are even 3,000. So something very safe just in case if there is a crash. My goal, like I said, I'm trying to make like $35,000 a year, playing it pretty safe, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. So, that's my positions with Amazon. We added some yesterday. Did a very good job on that. But like I said, I'm expecting a really good quarter for Amazon. I'm just going to be watching mainly their AWS and their ad revenue. Also, watch out for potential stock split. I don't think it's going to happen yet. People are talking about it, but I don't think it's going to happen yet. I'm going to think it's going to happen maybe after Jeff Bezos steps down and Andy Jassy, former head of AWS, steps up to the CEO spot. But otherwise, we like Amazon. We're bullish on it. Recommend if you're going to do a strategy on it, maybe do sell some put credit spreads. Buying calls could be a little risky because if they don't accelerate big on the pop, you're going to get IV crush, so be careful with that. But yeah, very bullish on Amazon. Moving on to Apple, the king of all stocks, $2.26 trillion market cap. This thing's a beast. This thing's an absolute beast. We loaded up on the dip yesterday on Apple. Let me show you guys something for a second. We go up to Apple. I don't like this at all. I don't like how these are in the custom groupings. Let's go ahead and take those custom groupings out for a second because I want to show you guys the one put that I ended up actually buying yesterday. It was the 135 put that I sold right here, and we are already up $120 on it in one day. So obviously that's pretty freaking good. We like to see that. When they also did some put credit spreads on it as well. But we like Apple. Obviously we're in Apple pretty big. We can still get about $4,500 out of Apple. We hedge ourselves a little bit with these naked calls. We are still up a little bit on this, but I'm going to actually expect Monday to be maybe a little bit of a slow day for Apple. Just let theta do its work since it's a 142 call. We got a lot of put credit spreads on Apple as well that we really like. Went ahead and sold some puts on it. So very bullish on Apple long term. And I think they're going to have a great earnings quarter. Like I said in a couple of videos before, I'm going to be watching their services. I think their services and wearables are going to continue to grow more and more. And we like that a lot. We saw Apple just have a tremendous quarter last quarter. Just their best quarter ever, doing over 100 billion, 111 billion, and just amazing profit margins as well, keeping over 1/4 of their revenue and profit. So absolutely amazing, super bullish on that as well. Like I said, I own a lot of Apple, and I'm very happy about it. I love Apple. I'm going to plan on holding it forever and, just seeing where it goes. So again, if you want to play this, I recommend just honestly owning shares if you want. It's not as expensive as owning shares of Apple or Amazon, pardon me. Go ahead and sell a put on it. Get that big IV, take advantage of it. But you can buy calls as well. I just don't think it's going to be a massive move. Maybe it will be. I'm not 100% sure. We obviously do have a lot to go considering the fact we're about right exactly where we were in September. of last year. So obviously has some room to grow. But I like Apple. Gonna expect another strong quarter from them. But moving on to your guys' probably favorite. Everyone loves Tesla. Tesla reports earnings 26th, I believe, and they're gonna have a lot. They're gonna have to do really good. This is the one I'm not gonna say I'm bearish on. I think they're gonna have a good earnings quarter. I just don't know how the stock's gonna react considering the fact it's up so much. In the past 6 months, just up like 75%. Its P/E ratio is around 1,200. Market cap over 700 billion. So it has a lot. It really has to do something good. Last earnings quarter was disgustingly bad from Tesla. They missed earnings really badly. Their profit margins are coming in less than predicted, and their earnings per share as well. Only doing 0.24, not even a 1 earnings per share. So this is the one I'm a little skeptical on. I think they'll do good because obviously they had those record delivery numbers, the record production numbers, a little bit ago. But, it's a hard one. I like Tesla as a company, but as a stock, it's hard to tell you guys, hey, it's a good entry point when you see a P ratio of 1,200 and a market cap of 700 billion. And you go ahead and look at their earnings, and they're not even doing in an entire year. They're not even doing $1 billion in profit. So it's kind of hard to say, hey, this is worth that much because, in my opinion, it's not. So they're gonna have to really step it up if they want to justify this price. So be careful with that. Honestly, I don't know a good position to do, to be honest with you. If you're bullish on it, I do put credit spreads, or maybe even sell a put if you have enough money, but that's going to cost you like $70,000 if you want to do that. So you're gonna have to be careful. This is a hard one to gauge, because if you buy calls and they're going to be expensive calls, you buy it and Tesla only goes up like 1% or God forbid goes down, those calls are done. So be careful with that. It's a great company overall. If you're going to hold shares, that's one thing, but playing calls on this could be proven to be a little bit risky. So be careful with that. So yeah, just be careful, and that's all I'm really going to say about Tesla. I don't want to go too much into depth on it, just because it's so unpredictable and so volatile. So moving on to the next one, AMD. You guys know me. I love this stock as well. I picked up a lot of AMD, selling some puts on it. Let me show you guys this for a second. We went ahead and sold the 90 put right here. Boom. We sold this put, and we are already up pretty nice in this. We're up 176 on this one, and we're up 214 on this one, and then we're up $70 in our put credit spreads. We can still get another $3,400 out of AMD. I love this company. Like I said, I'm betting it's going to be above 90 by next year. I like it. I really like this company. I think they took a bit of a beating for no reason when NVIDIA did really good. But you look at this company, it's exactly $100 billion right now. Only a 40 P/E ratio. And if you go ahead and look at their last earnings, this was one of the most spectacular earnings I've ever seen in my entire life. Just huge year-over-year growth. 55% profit margins, $3.24 billion in revenue, $1.78 in net income. This is an incredible company, led by just an amazing CEO, Susan Lee. Just absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong owning this company. This AMD, NVIDIA, these companies are so freaking well run and so good, and they're so high quality in their chips as well, that this stock is just going to continue to go up and up and up. It's probably my favorite chip maker stock, and I'm just expecting big things from this company. So hold this stock. Don't panic sell. It takes dips. We've seen these dips. It will drop down in the 70s again. Use it as a buying opportunity. I've used it as a buying opportunity every single time, and it has not proven to be a bad step once. I really like this company, guys. Honestly, all these companies are really good, and I'm expecting great earnings from all of them, especially AMD. I would not be surprised if we see this thing back in the upper 80s after earnings, maybe even 90s, depending how hard they knock this earnings out of the park, especially since Intel reported a nice earnings beat yesterday, and the stock actually went down from it. So watch this thing closely. I'm expecting a big earnings quarter from all of these. So guys, let me know your thoughts on next week. It's a giant earnings quarter. Let me know how you're playing it. Let me know your positions, and have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.